Yeah, boy, let's take this PC from 2007 to 2008. So out comes the 8800 GT. Let's upgrade the RAM from 2 gigs to 4 gigs and chuck in a slightly newer quad-core CPU. So the GTX 260 is installed, the RAM has gone from 2 gigs to 4 gigs of DDR2 800, and the CPU has been swapped out from the Q6600 to the Q8300. Now, not a huge difference between these two CPUs. The Q8300 is obviously newer, but we'll have a look at the differences now. So just taking a quick look at the two CPUs compared against each other, the Q6600 has the Kensfield architecture, where the Q8300 has the York's Field architecture. The manufacturing process for the Q8300 is on the 45nm processor, smaller than the Q6600, which was manufactured on the 65nm process. Both CPUs both have 4 cores and 4 threads. The Q8300 has a slight bump in its base core clock of 2.5 GHz versus the 2.4 GHz of the Q6600. The Q6600 though does have a larger L2 cache. It's actually double the size. It's 2 meg per core, so a total of 8 megs of L2 cache, versus the Q8300, which only has 4 megs of L2 cache, so that's 1 meg per core. Even though the Q8300 does bump out the Q6600 on a base core clock in benchmarks, you would think with the lower cache it wouldn't, but purely due to the new architecture, it is a slight step above the Q6600. The TDP of the Q6600 is 105 watts versus the 95 watts of the Q8300. As far as memory support, it's the same, DDR2, DDR3, and the CPU instruction sets, the Q8300 does support SSE 4.1 where the Q6600 doesn't. So this does allow you to run slightly newer games versus the Q6600. So for the GTX 260, it features 216 CUDA cores, a core clock speed of 576 MHz, and a memory clock of 999 MHz, call it 1000. It comes with 896 MB of GDDR3 memory, running on a 448-bit memory interface. This GPU does support DirectX 10 and has a TDP of roughly 182 watts, requiring 2 6-pin power connectors. Both the Q8300 and GTX 260 were released in 2008. The Q8300 though was only made available in retail stores in early 2009. Let's now jump to the benchmarks. So was the upgrade worth it? I think so, definitely for the RAM and the GPU. Yes, when you overclock the Q6600, it is definitely quicker than the stock clocks of the Q8300, but there's nothing stopping me from increasing the frontside bus speed to overclock the Q8300 a bit in the future. The main advantage with the Q8300 is the extra CPU instruction sets you get, as it makes it slightly more future-proof. Not that the CPU is future, you're not going to run anything modern with it now, let's be honest, but for retro gaming and the older, newer games, so to speak, will definitely take advantage of the additional instruction sets for those that need them. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please consider giving us a subscribe and liking our channel. I know your mom does. Thanks, cheers.